Ex-Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has been arrested, marking a dramatic shift in Nepal's political landscape. The arrest comes just a day after Balen Shah took oath as the country's new Prime Minister, highlighting a tense and historic transition of power. Oli was taken into custody from his residence in Gundu, Bhaktapur by Nepal police. The arrest is connected to a culpable homicide-related case tied to the crackdown on Gen Z-led protests last year. These protests, primarily driven by young Nepalese demanding accountability and action against corruption, had escalated into deadly clashes. On 25th March, a Nepali investigative panel released a report recommending prosecution against Oli. The panel concluded that the former Prime Minister had displayed gross negligence during the anti-corruption protests in September, failing to prevent hours of police firing that resulted in tragic casualties. At least 19 young protesters were killed in the initial crackdown, and over 2 days of unrest, a total of 76 people lost their lives, while more than 2,500 others were injured. The report made it clear that Oli bore responsibility for not taking timely action to stop the violence, which ultimately contributed to the collapse of his government. Political analysts suggest that this arrest is not only a legal development, but also a strong political statement from the new administration under Balen Shah, signaling that accountability will be enforced even for those at the highest levels of leadership. The Gen Z protests had captured attention across Nepal and internationally, reflecting the rising political awareness and activism of the younger generation. These young protesters demanded an end to corruption and called for a government that listens to its citizens. The crackdown, however, turned deadly and left deep scars in Nepali society. Now, with Oli in custody, the country is at a critical moment. Citizens are closely watching the judicial process, while political observers predict increased tension in the coming days. Supporters of both Oli and Balen Shah are expected to voice their reactions, making this a defining moment for Nepal's democratic institutions and rule of law. For the new Prime Minister, Balen Shah, this situation poses both challenges and opportunities. It tests his ability to maintain political stability while also demonstrating that the government is committed to justice. How the administration handles the aftermath of the protests and Oli's arrest could define Nepal's political trajectory for years to come. This arrest serves as a stark reminder that even the highest offices are not immune to accountability. As Nepal navigates this sensitive period, the world will be watching closely to see how justice, political responsibility, and youth activism shape the future of this Himalayan nation.
Murtabak!